Namaskar and a very warm welcome to all our listeners. You are listening to Jashn-e-Azadi podcast brought to you by the Publications Division of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and this is episode number 3. I am Anisha and with me is my colleague Anuja. India is celebrating 75 years of freedom, and along with celebrating our freedom heroes, we are also celebrating the personalities who have been instrumental in this 75-year journey of our nation. Today, in this episode, we are talking about Bharat Ratna Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. In the centenary year of the maestro's birth, the Publications Division found it befitting to come out with the book that pays tribute to the doyen of Hindustani classical music and celebrate his legacy. Let's hear more on this from Anuja.
The book, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi Celebrating His Centenary, takes its readers through the arduous journey of Pandit Joshi's life, his expedition to North India in search of a guru, and his music training that followed. It showcases his uniqueness as a musician and the impact he and his music has on his audiences worldwide. Music, they say, is the universal language. Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, one of the most admired Hindustani classical musicians of the 20th century, was the first Hindustani vocalist to receive the Bharat Ratna. A decade after his passing away, Pandit Joshi's popularity remains undiminished. His renditions of khayals and abhangs celebrated and revered throughout the world. The book celebrates the centenary of Pandit Joshi by giving an overview of his life and gives a perspective about why his music is still relevant today. It throws light on the life and work of the legendary musician, his relentless riyaz, and the global recognition and honors. The book is an inspiration for the younger generation of musicians. As Pandit Joshi told his disciples often, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary lies in the practice. How does one tell a story of such magnitude and greatness? This book attempts to do so through interesting anecdotes and stories. It also reflects upon the brief history of Gharana tradition and other nuances of classical music. Pandit Joshi was one of the most illustrious exponents of Kirana Gharana, which focuses on the note, the melodic aspect of a raga, keeping purity, beauty, and sweetness of the musical note intact. He was one of the few vocalists of his age who sang multiple genres. This book has a detailed tree of Kirana Gharana and its branches spread over 5 pages. The maestro was also instrumental in shaping one of the biggest music festivals of India, the 𝓭 Bhimsen Mahotsav. The book talks about it and underlines the vision of the festival. The terms and names used in classical music have been listed in a glossary, making the book useful even for people with little sense of music. As Pandit Bhimsen Joshi has profoundly worded, certain music cannot be forgotten even if we want, and it keeps coming back to us as a fond memory. Only such music is real. As a tribute to this great sadhak of Indian classical music, the book mesmerizes its readers with the fond memory of Pandit Bhimsen Joshi and his timeless music.
Thank you, Anuja. I am sure the book will familiarize the readers to Indian classical music forms and inspire them to know more. Over the next few months, the Publications Division is also planning to launch translations of the book in Marathi, Bengali, and Kannada. That's all for this episode of Jashn-e-Azadi podcast. For our books and journals, you can follow Publications Division on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also log on to www.publicationsdivision.nic.in. This is Anisha and Anuja signing off. We will meet you in the next episode. Till then, keep the music in you alive, follow COVID appropriate behavior, and do take very good care of yourself. Namaskar.